Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use a flat compass and why you might want to choose a compass like this over a compass like this, or vice versa. I had a request from a viewer to do a tutorial on a flat compass, so I thought that was a great idea and we're going to do that today. So first I want to show you an example of the variety of circles you can get with a flat compass. You can get all the way down to a 1/4 inch, all the way up to 10 inches with this blue guy here that I got on Amazon. I got this in a bulk pack and I think there were like either 10 or 12 for around $6. And I'm going to show you how to use it today. So I've just got a piece of paper here, and if you want to do a 1/4 inch circle, you would just use the one of these 5 little templates here. The smallest one is a 1/4, the largest one is a 1/2 inch, and you've got increments in between there. So if you want to go a little bit bigger, but like up to 1.5 inches, what you're going to do is you're going to put the center of this this compass where you want the middle of your circle, and then you're going to put your pencil in one of these holes along the edge. So you can see just by moving your pencil how you can get this variety of circles, and that will go up to about 1.5 inches. And the increments between these will be about 1/16 of an inch apart. You can get 1/16 of an inch increments on all of the circles that this will make. Then when you want to do something bigger than 1.5 inches, what you're going to do is you're going to hold the compass by the white part in the center, and you are just going to spin it around like that. Okay? And then you can go all the way up to about 10 inches. There's like a middle. Of course, my paper is not big enough to do that, this paper I'm using here, but you can go all the way around to 10 inches or anywhere in between. I recommend you use a hard lead pencil, well, probably like a number 2 or harder. Now what you're seeing here is an issue that we have with the flat compass that the other compass wouldn't give us. If the edge of your compass catches something, or it's not smooth all the way around where you want to draw your circle, then you can end up with it kind of stuttering or catching. So if I wanted to work in a sketchbook, for instance, I would have an issue. If I wanted to say do a 4-inch circle, and I want it to be right up close to this edge, all I have to do is look at my standard compass, look for the 2-inch mark, because 2 times 2, if you double 2 you get 4, that's going to make a 4-inch circle. I can set my pencil right next to the spine where I want my circle to be, and I can easily draw my circle. Now it's a very similar procedure to do a circle with this. If I wanted to have a 4-inch circle, for instance, I would take my ruler and I would measure from that center point out to about 2 inches. So that would bring me to this little hole right before the S. For some reason, these flat compasses, at least the one I have, doesn't have measurements on them. It's got letters. There's probably some sort of chart somewhere I just don't know about that tells you what the letters correspond to. But I think the easiest thing to do is just to measure with a ruler. And so I know that one right before the S is going to be 2 inches from the center, so 2 times 2 is 4, so it'll give me a 4-inch circle. So if I wanted to use this to make a 4-inch circle, it's going to be really hard if you're in a sketchbook, because you're going to catch on the spine. So you're either going to have to kind of ease it over there awkwardly, but it's not as easy to do that as it would be with a traditional compass. Now, of course, the benefits of the flat compass over the traditional compass is storage. I can stick this in my pocket. I'm not going to injure myself. I can put it in my my pencil case, my cloth pencil case, and it's not going to poke through. I could let children use it and I don't have to worry about them injuring themselves. It's very simple, and it's very easy to use and not very dangerous. So I could see why this would be a real benefit if you were like a math. I think these are sold probably for math, for like geometry. I'm pretty sure that's what it's sold for, but I just thought it was great for art because it's like a bookmark. I can stick it in a sketchbook and be ready to go. But just keep in mind, that's the only issue I think with this, is that you have to have room for that arm to swing. The other issue I see with this, especially if I want to use like a pen or something with it, making the smaller circles where you're using the inside, it tends to catch if you're trying to do a small circle. So it's almost like I'd rather have a small circle template for anything smaller than 1.5 inches. But you know, that's up to you, especially those tiny ones. And if you're using a pen, it's totally it's totally doable to use a pen and do, you know, use the larger part of this. But if I want to do a really small circle, it kind of wants to stutter a little bit. Not so much. I mean, that stuttered because it hit the binding there. But I don't get as good of a circle when I'm trying to use a pen, especially in these smaller areas it wants to catch. I think it's because you put more pressure on a pencil, and so it holds the line steady. So you do get more of a staggering line with a pen. Now that said, with the compass, I don't think this pen would fit in there. You probably have some that would, some skinny pens would fit in there, but you know, so you kind of have that same limitation either way, and a stencil or a template would work better for you there. But I just wanted to show you the pros and cons and ins and outs of this little guide, because I use it all the time, and like I said, I bought a bulk pack of these, so I have these stashed in every sketch bag, in every desk, everywhere I sit and draw. I have one of these stashed. They are just so fun. So if you have an issue where you get your compass and it's not wanting to move freely, I want to share this tip as well. You can pop this out and see if you have any burrs, because sometimes you have a little burr on the plastic, and all you need to do is take an emery board and just kind of file it where you've got that catch. Don't file it too much, because there's only a tiny little rim that holds this in place, but if you are having problems with it moving smoothly, try that. Now I mean, just like anything, it just takes a little bit of time to get used to. So, you know, if you're not quite getting the hang of it yet, just give yourself a little more practice, and you'll get there. It's a very simple concept, and I think it's a nice replacement for this pointy compass, although I do keep this on my desk and I use it quite often. And another benefit to this is it doesn't make a hole in your paper. Like the point of this can make a hole in the paper, but it can leave a little bit of a dimple in your paper. Like it might leave just a tiny little indent where that center is, but it's barely noticeable, unlike an actual hole that you would get from your compass, your old-fashioned compass, if you're not careful. So I would recommend you have a little ruler to go with this, just maybe a little plastic one, or T-square, or a traditional ruler, something so that you can measure out if you need to have a specific, precise size to your circle. But other than that, I mean, they work the same. It's just your preference, and I think this is just such a nifty tool because it's small, light, and compact, and I love to sketch on the go. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you. I will put a link to this bulk pack that I bought in the video description, and I'll also link to a single if all you need is one. And I kind of wonder if maybe if you buy the single, it might even be a better quality one. I'm not sure. This is the only one I've ever used, or the only style I've ever used. But if you have any recommendations for flat compasses, then leave those in the comments as well, because sharing is caring, and that will help your fellow art community folks. Thanks again for watching. Please give me a thumbs up before you go. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.